It's also at barnesandnobles.com, and I am working. The Kindle will be available, I would probably think, at the end of this week or beginning of next week, and I will let everybody know. I will tweet, I will Facebook it. I'm learning this whole social media thing. I'm a little behind on the learning curve, but I'm learning. So the minute it's available, I will be tweeting it out and letting everybody know in any and every social media form that I can possibly get my hands on.
Well,
so
let
right
me
now
know.
It's at Gracefully. I will. Right now, Gracefully Gone is on Amazon.com and BarnesandNobles.com, and soon to be on Kindle.
Okay, great. Because I have on my website on take2radio.com, I actually have an area where I put everybody's book. So I will be putting your book on there and where it's available. And all they have to do is click on the picture of the book, and it'll take them right to the website, where it's available.
That's perfect. Thank you, thank you. And then also, I should also add, it will also be like Kindle, iBook, iPad, Nook.
Yeah.
It'll be all those things.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a tablet that I use for that, where I download it, and it's so nice. A lot of times I like to have the actual book, but recently with the way life seems to be going and everything's, you don't sit still long enough, and when you do, it's like, okay, can I read or do I go to sleep? And of course, I'm going to choose sleep.
Right.
So with my my tablet, no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I can just turn it on and I can continue to read, and I'll do that.
I know.
I'm an avid book reader.
Thing.
So.
Well, I cannot wait for you and David. David, have you read Gracefully Gone yet?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to go out and purchase it because I want to read it.
Well, when you're done, I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts.
Most definitely. And
for our
listeners too, for our listeners on Amazon, it's at $13.01. I wonder why that one is on there.
They need something.
It means something. I don't know what it means. God bless them. $13.01. I like it.
Yeah. You usually see like the $12.99 thing, or not the $13.01. That's pretty funny. So they must have it there for a reason.
I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of the reviews that it has been given. And please, everybody, if you read it and you like it, please, go on Amazon, review it. Let me know what you think. Because
you have 5 stars on there.
I do. I have 5 stars, and it's so moving. When I saw that first 5-star review, it almost was like I had this out-of-body experience. Like, wow, is somebody commenting on my writing, on my work? And it's incredible. I feel really grateful, that people are reading it and that they're responding and that they like it. And some people love it.
Just by one person that reviewed it, she said, I read it all in one sitting and believe it to be a moving book about a daughter and a father. I laughed, I cried, and I'm sharing this with everyone I know. You can feel what Alicia went through, loved her and Jericho and her father going through brain cancer. I love this book and would suggest it to everyone, a must-read for this summer. So there's quite a few of those on there, and you're definitely doing what you accomplished or what you set out to do.
That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to put it out there. I figured, you know what, I did the heavy work. My dad did it. He did the heavy lifting in 1980, and now I did it again in 1990, and now I put it together. So I just say, God and Daddy, now it's up to you. You do what you do.
Right. It's a wonderful tribute, and as I said, it'll be great to pass down generations to generations. And I look forward to reading
it. That.
Most definitely. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Are you working on anything new? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm working on a couple of other books right now. But as far as acting is concerned, I will in July be going on to MTV's Teen Wolf, playing Talia Hale.
Oh, that's
Derek
a very
Hale's
popular
mother.
program.
Yes, very popular. I'm really excited about it. It's the much-anticipated flashback episode, which I think explains Derek's life and how he became who he is on the show. And I'm also really excited about it because it brings me back to my home network. MTV is where I started. And it's so interesting that, it's where I started before my dad died. And I've completed the book, and now I will be on the network again. So I don't know. I find, again, everything happens for a reason, and I find something very serendipitous about that.
That gave me the chills.
I know, right? I'm really excited about it, and I love MTV. I think it's a really fun network, and the show is fantastic. It's very sexy, very sophisticated, very, dark and moody and gloomy. It's perfect. It's wonderful.
Our kind of show.
Yeah, it's our kind of show. It's just good. It's juicy.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Well,
and I'm not sure when the episode airs, but everybody will just have to stay tuned for the flashback episode, and then you'll see me.
Well, I'll have to actually start. I started watching it when it first came out, but there's so many programs that you want to watch all the time, and only enough time, in a day. So my DVR is full. Then, thankfully, I have Amazon where I can go and look at other shows, and then there's, of course, your, on demand and stuff like that. And I will catch up on it. I started watching it, but I'm not fully caught up to this season.
Well, I hope you do, and I hope you read Gracefully Gone and you enjoy it, and by the time you finish that and we've had this conversation today, you'll know a lot more about me, and I hope you like it.
I know I will. Thank you. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to join us today and talk about, your career and, of course, the book and then your dad. And God bless you in many ways for putting that out there.
Oh, thank you very much, Pam, David. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, and you're welcome back anytime. Keep in touch with us, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much. And, again, just remind everybody that Gracefully Gone's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and it will be on Kindle soon.
Yes, and follow Alicia on Twitter. It's at Alicia_Coppola. And if you've read the book or you're going to read the book, tweet her and let her know what you thought of it.
Please.
I'm sure that you'd appreciate that.
Yes, I absolutely would. Just, tweet me, let me know what you think, Alicia_Coppola, and go on Amazon, write reviews. I'm pretty easy to get in contact with. I'm always, I respond. If you tweet to me, I will tweet back to you. Because this book has really taken a village to do, and and I want everybody to be happy with it and to be able to share their thoughts with me.
So you hear that, listeners? Go and do it.
Yes, go and do it. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you soon.
You're welcome, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay, thank you. Bye, David. Bye, Pam.
Thank you.
Bye, Alicia.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am so looking forward to reading the rest of the book. I was reading what was on Amazon, and it just caught my attention right away. And that part that I read to her over the air is just a part that really choked me up, even last night reading it. We can all find something in there in just those words of somebody that we know that has passed away, and we can relate to it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to reading that book. I wish I had a little of it before we went on, because that sounds so it hits home. Let's just say that.
Right.
It
Well, go on Amazon.com, and there's a part. It shows like the book, a picture of the book, and underneath it, above it, it says "Click to look inside." There you can read like the first few pages of it, and then of course underneath it on Amazon it also says book description, and that part I read is in there. There's more to it than what I read, but that one part is what's stuck out to me.
I gotta go read it.
Yes, you do.
I have to.
And I thank her for her honesty and her outspokenness on everything, and just, putting it all out there, like she said. I think she'll help a lot of people who may have just now, gone through what she's gone through. And even though it's been 23 years for me, I can still go through it with reading what she wrote.
Yes, same here. I had a similar one, but I was very young at the time.
Mhm.
I was I was 14, my brother was 7, and my grandmother had fallen down in the bathroom upstairs.
Oh.
And she went to the hospital, and she never came home.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and the reason being is because she had bone cancer.
Oh.
Which I never knew.
Was that something they didn't know about it? Okay.
No, my parents knew about it. They just kept it from my brother and me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. They said, no, don't let the kids. No, they don't need to know. So, because first she had the breast cancer. She had that removed. And, as a kid, you don't think much of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, I guess right after that, if I'm mistaken, it says it was too late after they had her breast removed, because they said it was going to eventually metastasized.
Right,
and
and that's exactly what happened to my mom. Exactly.
Right.
The same exact thing you just said. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had it removed, and then it came back in her bones and in her liver. And that's when we found out that it was going to be fatal. Of course, I was a little older than you were at the time. I was 31, but it's not easy no matter what age you are. And I can understand your parents keeping that, from you, because at that time my children were very young. I mean, my oldest at that time was, I believe, 7 years old. And then I had a 14-month-old and an 8-month-old, or wait, how old was he? I'm trying to remember now. She was 8 months, so 14, so he was 23. So an 8-month-old and a 23-month-old and a 7-year-old. And it's just not something that you're going to sit down with your 7-year-old and talk about, because they will never understand that.
True.
So, yeah. But there's, those are decisions that parents have to make sometimes, and I can understand it now with having kids of my own. And even as adults, we don't understand death sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't. We don't. Or we choose not to.
Yeah. I think the only time we're going to know is once we're, up there, up yonder with God in the sky, and he explains to us what his side of the story is.
That's true. We won't know. We know there's an answer, but we're not allowed to know until he wants us to know. Right,
exactly. So everybody go out and buy Alicia's book. Again, it's on Amazon.com, and it's called Gracefully Gone. And read it and let her know what you think of it. And if it touched you in some way, let her know that too. You guys can share in your stories. And also be sure to put a review up there. That means a lot to anybody that writes a book. Those reviews are important. Whether they're good, bad, or ugly, of course, the good are always better, but, they want to hear. They don't want you to, put something on there that's not true. So share your stories with her as well. And for Friday, our next guest is going to be Stephen Martinez, and he's had roles on Guiding Light as Tony Santos, on General Hospital as Nicholas Cassadine, on The Closer as Ricardo Ramos, and on The Vampire Diaries as Frederick, and there's many more. Currently, he's guest starring on Burn Notice, one of my all-time favorite shows, and I'm so sad that this is the last season. He plays Carlos Cruz, the boyfriend of Fiona Glenane, played by Gabrielle Anwar. And I have to say something about that because we all want her, of course, with the main